Hello, welcome to The Wild Review. I'm The Wild Reviewer, and today I'm going to review a thing. In the middle of 2008, I saw a promo on Disney Channel that got me really excited. It got me hyped. I was just excited to see exactly what this promo was connected to, like what special was connected to. Last time I was excited for something that I saw on Disney Channel, I think was That's So Sweet Life of Hannah Montana. Because, I don't know, I think that was like every kid's favorite thing from past Disney. But this promo was something different. I didn't know what it was. I don't think anybody knew what it was. But it was just so epic and got me hyped. I don't know about everybody else, but I'm pretty sure it made everybody hyped because the music was like, that. And, it had that little thing where it was like low and now it's going high as if something's gonna happen. The promo stated that somewhere in Hollywood where Disney Channel shows are created, some creatures have broken in. And then, it's, found out it was the Muppets. Yeah. This is Studio DC Almost Live. So this was an odd little special. Actually, I should say specials because there were two of them. One of them was hosted by the Sprout Twins, Dylan and Cole, who played Zack and Cody, while the other one was hosted by Selena Gomez later that year in October. This special was something. It was something we've never seen before on Disney Channel, and it definitely put a twist on a lot of things. It made me confused as a little 9-year-old boy, but I was still hyped to see it. I mean, the way Gonzo came in that little bar thing in the promo, that made me want to see it. So, yeah. It's fun to know that when I saw this promo, I had absolutely no idea who the puppets were. That's just a little fun fact for you. Only because I knew they looked familiar, I just didn't know where I knew them from. And then when they said the Muppets, I knew it sounded familiar, but I wasn't getting it. Like, I didn't know where I've heard that from. I did a little research on the Muppets because they were new to me, but they weren't. So when I looked them up, one of the search choices was Muppets in Space. And that was one of my favorite children movies. So I'm like, alright, so yeah. Why? This special was definitely something that had not been on Disney Channel before. I don't recall any of the Disney Channel stars playing themselves. Like, when's the last time, Miley Cyrus just played herself, or the Sprout Twins played themselves on Disney Channel? I'm just used to them playing their characters on their shows. But why was it made? Why was this whole thing made? And as I did some research on it, because I knew I wanted to review this, I did some research on the special, and I really couldn't find anything but this little paragraph on Muppet Wiki. And yes, that's a website. It stated on both Studio DC pages on the Muppet Wiki that this special was created because it was a collaboration of the Muppet Studios and Disney Channel in an effort to introduce the Muppets to a younger audience. Now, when they say they want to introduce the Muppets to a younger audience, that's what gets me, like, nowadays. So I'm thinking, why were they trying to reintroduce the Muppets to a new generation of kids? And that was, the first thing that came to mind was the 2010 movie that Disney did. I don't think that has anything to do with it. I think they just wanted to just do this and, like, introduce, again, the new generation to maybe these puppets. But half of my brain thinks it's because of the Muppet movie. Because it kind of connects, I guess. I mean, yeah. I don't know what else to say. So like I said, Studio DC actually was premiered twice on Disney Channel with a first special and a second special. The first specials featured a whole bunch of stars from Hannah Montana, Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. I think Ashley Tisdale was there, but she was more on the High School Musical side instead of Zack and Cody. The Jonas Brothers, I think, were there. There were a lot of stars in the first one. And then in the second one, you had like Demi Lovato, Wizards of Waverly Place cast, whoever the Cheetah Girls were. I think Jason Earls from Hannah Montana was there as well. There were a few more Disney stars in this one. But yeah, so why, and the Muppets were in it, obviously, so they're part of the cast as well. So what exactly happened in these specials? What was the point of these specials? Well, we know the point, actually. We know that the Muppet Studio and Disney were trying to reintroduce the Muppets to a younger audience. But what were these specials about? What was Studio DC Almost Live about? Well, you can look at the plots of these specials in two ways. You can either look at it as a whole bunch of Disney stars trying to recreate the Muppet Show, or you could just look at this as a behind-the-scenes special of Disney with the Muppets. Because there's a few reasons, there's a reason for both. The reason why I say it could possibly be a behind-the-scenes special of Disney Channel shows and movies is because that's kind of what it looks like. We see the people that are on these shows playing themselves. Like, when's the last time we saw Selena Gomez playing herself on a television special, or Demi Lovato, or Jason Earls? When's the last time we saw any of that? Not recently. So it is a possibility that this could be a behind-the-scenes special, but the Muppets are interfering, which is why it's called Almost Live. Because the Muppets are just, like, there. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, it seems that everybody's getting along. I mean, you know, they're not minding the fact on how there's a man right under Kermit the Frog. Get it? Because, you know, puppets. If you got it, like the video. But we see these guys literally, like, rehearsing for shows. We see them, you know, just hanging out. I strictly remember one scene where, you know, Jake T. Austin, I think that's his name, he was on Wizards of Waverly Place, he played Max. He was practicing his guitar and Gonzo came in. You know, it looks like a behind-the-scenes special. Just with, you know, the Muppets interfering. Though, you can also look at it as somewhat of a spin take of what was the Muppet Show. If you don't know what the Muppet Show was, it was a show that took place, I think, in the late 80s, early 90s, I think. I gotta look it up now. The Muppet Show was a show that was produced from 1976 all the way to 1981 with a good 5 seasons. Kermit would host the show, and the show would usually consist of musical numbers with special guest stars, as well as funny behind-the-scenes stuff from what goes on backstage. And now when you compare it to Studio DC, they're kind of similar. I mean, there are a lot of similarities to these shows. There's a host in both of the shows, there are musical numbers, and there are backstage sketches or a backstage look. So this could possibly be a little spin take on what the Muppet Show used to be, seeing that the Muppets are in fact involved in this, in these specials. So you can look at this special either way, whether it's a take on the Muppet Show or a behind-the-scenes pass, whether or not they're both in the special, and yeah. It was kind of odd when I first saw it. I was kind of confused what I was watching. But, you know, now I guess I understand. Now I haven't seen these specials in years, so I really don't remember that much. But I will say I do remember most of the musical numbers. I know the Muppets sung with the people that were singing, like the Jonas Brothers, Ashley Tisdale, the Cheetah Girls. I don't even remember the Cheetah Girls. Are they still a thing? So even though I haven't seen this in years, do I consider it good specials? Yeah, I consider them good specials. They were funny, they were interesting, and it was a new twist on Disney. I mean, we rarely get anything like this anymore. I mean, like, I haven't watched Disney in a while, but I doubt they do anything like this anymore. I mean, they just put shows on, you know, they don't do specials like this, so. But now we gotta ask ourselves this question, did it work? We gotta remember Disney Channel and the Muppet Studio made an effort to try to introduce the Muppets to these younger viewers, the new generation of kids. So did it work? It can go either way. It can go in the yes direction because the Muppet movie was made 2 years later, and it was pretty successful enough to have a sequel. So I guess you could say it did work. But then again, we can go to the fact on how it didn't work, seeing on how Studio DC has not been played since the moment it aired. I think it was a one-night deal for both of these specials. I think they were only played for one night, and they were never aired again. I know they had a DVD release in Canada, but honestly, till this day, I have not seen that special. I do remember that even when the special wasn't on, like, after the special, they would play, like, bits and pieces from the special in the middle of, you know, like, commercials. But mostly the musical parts. Like, say, like, if Zack and Cody was on, they take a commercial break, and then, like, a bit from Studio DC, maybe the Jonas Brothers singing with Piggy, and then they go back to the show. That's kind of what happened. The specials have not been shown on Disney since. I think the main reason why is because if they were, a lot of the newer viewers to Disney would be confused because they don't know any of these people because these shows aren't on anymore. But I mean, that's just my guess. There also wasn't a third special, so maybe there was supposed to be a third special and it just didn't work out. So, but I don't know. All I know is it's a good special, and I like it, and I want to get a chance to see it again because it was pretty cool, I guess. Yay. But that's my opinion on Studio DC. That's what I think. That's my review on it. Now I want to hear you people talk. Have you ever seen Studio DC? Did you see it when it first came on TV? Did you see the second one? Did you like it? And if so, what was your favorite part or what was your favorite special? Do you agree or disagree with anything that I said in this video? Tell me in the comments, and also leave me your suggestions for whatever movie, TV show, or random thing you want me to discuss next. Thanks for watching The Wild Review. I'm The Wild Reviewer, and you just saw me review a thing. Get it? Because, you know, puppets. If you got it, like the video.